Man, oh man, you do not know how excited I am to talk about today's subject. This is a Dalton Clutch kit for the 2020 General XP. Depending on when you're watching this might could fit to 21s, 22s. We'll just have to see in the future. Obviously, years will be listed in the future if it still fits. But why am I most excited about this kit than probably any other kit? It has been the #1 complaint vehicle that I've had. I bet you I get an email three, 4 times a week and a phone call. Do you have a fix for this belt slap on this vehicle? No, I do not have a fix. There was a rumor that Polaris was going to do some kind of recall. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I literally begged Dalton, dude, you got to hurry up. You got to hurry up. I got other stuff to do. I got bigger fish to fry. Well, and finally he got one and got it knocked out. He went 2 solid weeks on this, got it knocked out. Within 1 day, he sent me a picture and he said, hey, I fixed a belt slap today. All right, so what's the big deal with the XP General? Well, first and foremost, it's a great vehicle. They really did their homework. It's an outstanding vehicle. It's geared lower than the other Generals. It can take all the way up to even 34-inch tires, Dalton tells me. He said, man, our Dash 2 kit for 33 and 34-inch tires. I was like, 34-inch tires? He said, man, this thing's geared good. Great vehicle. So they done a great job with the vehicle, but here's the kicker. In our opinion, it is the single worst clutch calibration setup in my history at Hunterworks in 17 years. 16 XP 1000 was pretty dang bad. This tops it because this is getting belt slap, belts hitting covers, tearing up covers, and so forth. So the good news is Dalton has taken care of it. Now, so normally we don't say everybody owns a vehicle needs a clutch kit. Just if you got stuff that you need it for, you get it. This particular vehicle, everybody flat just needs one because of the inherent problem. He said, we discussed it yesterday on the phone. He said they put a very weak primary spring, a very heavy fly weights because they wanted to try to get a low engagement and some low RPM. He said it did that okay, but they put a very weak spring and a non-engine braking helix in the secondary, and when you mixed it all up, this calibrations did not work well together, and mostly on decel, your belt would go slack because the primary is trying to stay engaged with this weak spring and heavy weights, and the secondary is opening at the wrong rate, and then the helix angles were wrong. I don't have a non-EBS helix here, but an XP General does not have any engine braking and a non-engine braking helix, so it has a straight cut. I mean, this is a helix, a Dalton. It would have a straight, not a slot. Okay, so that was a bad combination. So he just said they literally got everything wrong, and it is totally fixed. So who needs a kit? If you own an XP General, you're going to benefit. Then on top of that, who else needs a kit? Anybody, for the same reasons we always do. Taller, bigger, heavier tires, higher elevations, or sand. There's 2 kits available for the General XP, not a 2-seat, 4-seat deal. Actually, each of the 2 work on both, and they have settings for both. But what it is there's a difference in secondary springs. There is the last 2 numbers of the part number is GX and a GX-2. The only difference is a secondary spring. The X2 has a stiffer spring in it for the larger tires and high elevation. So if you're at high elevation, you're going to get a Dash 2 kit regardless of your tire size. If you're not at high elevation and you got 33s or 34s, you're going to do the Dash 2 kit. And again, you can buy the regular GX kit and go to a stiffer spring. I believe it's going to be this one, black with red tang, and turn it into an X2 kit. Or if you had an X2 kit and you went back in tire size, you can order up, I don't have it out here with me, but a black with blue with tang from us, swap it out, same kit, whatever, okay? All right, this kit's gonna come with a set of adjustable fly weights, primary spring, secondary spring, and a billet aluminum helix. This particular helix for this model is going to add a touch, a slight amount of engine braking. It actually needs it not only for engine braking, but it needs it where it really comes into play is on decel. You must keep the belt tight on decel to keep excess from running up. You know, like this belt's really tight, and then it'll bow, just like that, bow up to the top and hit that exhaust duct. So you must keep it tight. So adding a little engine brake in to keep RPM up does a good job. All right, so anyway, excellent kit. I will say this, I'm going to talk briefly about Dalton kits and we'll end this video. Just want to let you know, problem fixed, solved, great kits is this. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to be a horse's butt in one way. I can't help it. Truth is truth. You know, we make, my opinion, best belt on the planet. Since there is a belt called the world's best belt, we make the best belts in the universe. However, we sold 20,000 belts 2 years, June of 18 to June of 20. Our experiences with clutches, vehicles, brands of clutch kits, the whole 9 yards. I mean, as you can imagine, when you're experienced with 20,000 people just on belts plus everything else that we do, you get a sense of what works and what doesn't. So here's the toe stepping part. And there are only a handful, and I mean 2 or 3 people in this country, believe it or not, that knows what the hell they're doing with manufacturing clutch kits. There is a host of not so good quality kits. Now, I'm not going to be stupid enough to sit here and tell you the manufacturers that we feel really do a terrible job of this. All right. But what I am going to tell you, and this has nothing to do with selling kits. I'll promise you, been doing what we do 17 years. We got a reputation out the yin yang for doing you people right, sending good stuff, blah, blah, blah. Dalton kits, if they make it for your vehicle, you can't buy better. End of subject. We literally do not have any issues with anybody with Dalton kits. If they're having a clutch problem and they happen to have a Dalton kit, I have yet in my 17 years to be able to point my finger at the kit and go, that's it. Dalton knows what they are doing. They do nothing else. He does nothing but clutch kits. That's all they do, and they do it well. And that's why Hunterworks sells it. I have an excellent relationship with them. We work hand in hand. Great people, great kits. It's probably a little bit long-winded to let you know that there is a fix for the XP General and an awesome kit. And again, don't forget, we have great belts. One last thing, on this XP, you still need our round rollers because it still has square pucks in the secondary clutch. So when you order a kit, these will be an option at the bottom. Make sure you go ahead and order them soon, and so you can ward off that wear. I'm actually fixing to put them in a brand new clutch. Somebody didn't listen. All right, guys, got any questions? Shoot me an email. Don't bother calling. It's too hard to get me. I love some email. During business hours, I will answer you. Thank you, guys.